What's up, people? This is Jay, back for another video. I know it's been a long time, but I think that it's time for me to put out my 2 cents on something that I recently discovered that I didn't know was an actual thing at the time. And so, right now, did you know that if you're an SMT fan, but you're a little bit tired of playing the main game, you've already beat, well, maybe you never beat it, maybe you got close, but, you know, or you couldn't handle the moon phases in, I think, Sloth, something like that. If that's the case, there is now a patch that allows the game to believe that you have beaten it once and you can do the Akira route off the jump, which is awesome. Because really, I wanted to go back and play the Akira route, but I never ended up beating the final boss. And then my save data got corrupted, so I could never go back. And I really didn't want to play it from the beginning. And so I'm actually in the process right now of playing the Akira route, and it is a completely different game. Well, it's kind of hard to say. Completely different storyline from within the same game, obviously. Same guardian system and all that. Difference mostly being that it's just a completely different layout. You're climbing a tower as opposed to going to multiple realms. So kind of a little bit more like the whole climbing up the tower of the school at Tartarus in a way. Or reminiscent to the basement in Persona 2. Is that Persona? Yeah, Persona 2. So it's, you know, it's kind of like that. Or I have to say, the game is a lot of fun. It's a lot different than you expect. There's some interesting little side demons. It's interestingly got some of the similarities to SMT5 with the demon using a little, it seems a little heavy, and I'm only in the beginning, on Egyptian demons, and I think that's pretty cool. You kind of get your first version of the Demi-Fiend with Akira, which I also think is really awesome. I mean, it's pretty damn cool. I've never seen, like, everyone thinks the Demi-Fiend is the first, like, the first kind of half demon, half human. I mean, but we have SMT1 to counteract that. But this is actually a real representation where you get to have a character that's basically the Demi-Fiend. I guess you could say that about Chaos Hero, like I just said before, but not really. This is like a little bit more true to that concept, and it's a really cool idea. It's like the initial Demi-Fiend. So, really cool playing it so far. I think you guys should check it out. It's definitely something that I think will interest you if you've ever been interested in, you know, the older SMT games. If you're a fan of the older Mega 10 games, you know, depending on what your preferences are. You know, I know a lot of people are maybe press turn focused, or they like the alignment system stuff and all of that. Alignments, was it Demon Co-op? But this is actually a fun and interesting thing. I mean, I think it's something that a lot of people never really got to take advantage of, because a lot of people got tired of the original game. And I think this is honestly, at least from what I played so far, it's not like a small little bit of content that you missed. Or I would say, like, you know how people look at the Triangulum arc as like almost 2/3 the size of the regular game of Devil Survivor 2? I would actually say that this is bigger. This almost feels like I'm playing a longer route than the main game. This reminds me a lot of, if you're familiar with the Snow Quest Queen. The Snow Queen quest. If you're familiar with how that's basically as long as the real game and literally a completely different game, this is kind of in the same vein of that. Now, obviously, the battle mechanics, the concepts, the fighting, the battle system, the fusion system, all of that's still going to be the same. But I have to say, so far, it's if you don't want to retread, but you want to play the same game, basically, this is how you do that. And I was really happy to get the opportunity to do it. It was really cool. No complaints from my side. You know, there's definitely no downgrade to it. And yeah, I think if you haven't tried it out, you really should. It's a lot of fun. And that's it. A lot of credit to the ROM hacking groups that have done all this work. I'm really hopeful that they do SMT if, and that they I'm really hopeful that they do a lot of PSX translations. I really enjoyed playing SMT1 on PlayStation. Unfortunately, that laptop burnt out. Trying to get it fixed because I really look forward to playing it again. SMT2, I've been doing a run on the Super Nintendo since I never actually beat it. But I really would like to play it on the PlayStation. After playing SMT1 on the PlayStation, I feel like going back to SMT2 on SNES, even though it's not like a monster downgrade, it still feels like a downgrade. And so I would love to get to play that, though of course I'm more hopeful for real remakes of these games, remasters from the ground up, on better console, newer consoles, change the graphics up, maybe change the battle system just a little bit to make it a little bit more feasible for newer players, a little press turn, this and that. Or it could be more minor than that, whatever the idea is. But it's definitely something I think they should look into. Anyway, this is Jay, Douchebag Brigade, and I